Hello everyone, my name is Tony and I will use the most different design to compare why do China and Japan, two countries with different political systems, both have strict immigration policies. This comparative puzzle asks us what drives similar policies in a democracy and an authoritarian state. So my overall thesis here is that the answer lies in their shared emphasis on national identity, social stability, and political control, which transcends routine type. Both countries prioritize cultural cohesion and social order, shaping their restrictive policies. Moving on to national identity and cultural homogeneity, the two graphs shown are pulled from our book Cases in Comparative Politics and show the ethnic identities of the respective countries. I argue here that one reason the two different countries have similar immigration restrictions could be to their cultural homogeneity. For Japan, the country is 98% ethnically Japanese. From the book The Japan-South Korea Identity Crisis, page 34 argues that, not surprisingly, unable to see tangible rewards from growing diversity, many Japanese find the image of a united, homogeneous nation increasingly appealing. This can be seen to bring together a greater national identity. For China, the country is made up of primarily Han Chinese. Indeed, China is also relatively homogeneous. From our book, Cases in Comparative Politics, page 126 mentions that may involve the centralization of the Chinese empire, which was facilitated by the absence of significant internal geographic boundaries, the relative ethnic and cultural homogeneity of the population, and the absence of major neighboring political rivals. This led to an early and highly developed state, though the lack of major competitors eventually limited its organizational evolution. The two charts pulled are from our book Cases in Comparative Politics, representing the labor force of the respective countries. One point on page 1360 of our book Cases in Comparative Politics states that, although its internal migration is not illegal, most rural Chinese who migrate to cities are unable to secure urban haiku or residency permit and therefore are excluded from the relatively more generous urban welfare system, showcasing a strong regulation of their social and economic sectors. In Japan, there's a labor shortage, a declining population, and they take in little to no refugees. From the book Help Not Wanted, Immigration Politics in Japan, on page 3 states that despite this, Japan has remained largely closed off to immigration in subsequent years. In addition, the Japanese state has not granted Japanese business access to foreign labor in numbers that those businesses actually need to address the labor shortages they are facing. Political stability and security. China's 21st century authoritarian party state has worked diligently to maintain firm control over society. On page 1303 of our book, Cases in Comparative Politics, states that the state has drawn on the same technologies that have aided China's rapid development and hastened social mobility to maintain and even enhance its efforts at social control through high-tech surveillance and censorship. Under these conditions of authoritarian rule in China, political power remains highly centralized and not fully institutionalized. Japan, on the other hand, practices a democracy in which they vote for their desired party. Japan is nonetheless a unitary system in which most political power is vested in the central government. Japan's political stability is fluid with the direct election of a party. The novel The Government of Japan by Taylor and Francis Group argues that this is one of the reasons why the ruling Liberal Democratic Party has begun to parrot the aims of the welfare state in its political philosophy of neoconservatism. In conclusion, ultimately, Japan and China's strict immigration policies stem from shared goals: preserving national identity, economic balance, and political order. Theories of state control and social cohesion explain why different systems reach similar outcomes. What do you guys think? Follow for more insights into global politics and comparative methods. Bye.